Let's be realistic. When you're sitting and hiding and eating your food, you don't tell nobody. You keep it to yourself. So keep it to yourself in the same way, but just be doing healthy things. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Consistency Killed the Fat. My name is Martina and I lost 100 pounds in 12 months, and today I'm gonna be teaching you guys exactly what to do to keep your weight loss secret from people that you live with. One of you beautiful, beautiful people who loves to spend time with me. This is for you, Abby D. Basil, one of my beautiful subscribers. And just so you guys know, if you have any questions, if you want me to do any certain particular videos, bitch, put it in the comments and I will reply to you. I am your weight loss genie, your weight loss guru for people who binge eat and overeat every single day, who no longer want to do that, who want to be the snatchiest, baddest version of themselves and want to learn how to overcome their past bad eating habits. But today, yeah, we're talking about how to keep your weight loss secret from people that you live with, because the last video I did was all about why you should keep your weight loss secret. Now I'm gonna tell you how, bitch. So like I told you guys before, when I was losing weight, I kept it a secret. I didn't really have to go through the rigors of trying to hide it from anyone that I live with who might potentially talk shit and derail me. But these are my tips and the things that worked for me when I did, in my previous diet attempt, try to do those kind of things. So number one is change the times that you eat. So if you normally eat with your family at certain times, try to change them. Try to say, oh, you know what, I'm trying to eat a little bit earlier just because when I go to bed with a really full stomach, I don't get a good sleep. Like, always palm it off on something medical. People can't really argue with like, I don't feel well, this doesn't make me feel good type reason. Never say it's because you're on a diet, because as soon as people hear that you're on a diet, I think they just get into fear. For example, I didn't drink between the ages of 20 and like 32. And I noticed that when I said to people like, oh, I don't drink because basically I just don't want to, they would be like, what the hell is wrong with you? And when I was like, oh, it's because it hurts my stomach, people were like, okay. Like, it's just like, what's the difference? So if I make my own personal choice with my mind, then it's a problem. But if I have a medical issue that my body decides that I can't have it, then it's okay. So I don't know why, but people are like, eat in another room if it's possible, eat away separate from your family. Or if it's a situation where you have to sit with your family and you have to eat, just serve yourself something slightly different. And they're like, oh, why are you not having chips? Why are you not having cake? Why are you not having donuts? Just say, oh, do you know what? I've really noticed that lately when I eat sugar, I just don't feel that well. Just makes me feel unwell, and then just leave it at that, because it does make you feel unwell. The less information you give people, the less they can fight against. So that is the reason. It's like, the more you talk about something, the more resistance that people can put up against it. So you kind of just want to keep it as quiet and as low key as possible. So don't make a big song and dance about it. Look, okay, I'm not coming for you guys, I love you, but I know what it is to be somebody whose life revolves around food a bit too much, and I know how hard it is to actually not talk about what you're doing, because in your mind this is the latest attempt and it's gonna work and it's great, and it probably is gonna work and you are gonna be great, just like I was in my last attempt. But we want to talk about it and we want to make a song and dance about it because it's different for us. So I would say how to actually keep it secret is to just basically give a medical reason, or change the time that you eat. Don't eat with other people. Say, oh, you know what, I already ate. Who can argue with that? I already ate earlier. Start eating your meals at work. If it's a family that's an issue, start eating your meals at work. I did that, not for any reason, but I started eating when I first started. I had my breakfast at 10, I had my lunch at 1, and I had my dinner at 5 just before I left work, and then I didn't eat again. So if that works for you, it depends where the problem is. So it's, I mean, Abby D. Basil, if you tell me your exact problem, then maybe I can help you exactly, which I'm happy to do. But yeah, if your issue is someone at work, then obviously eat in your own space, go outside of the office, go where no one can see you, go to a park, have a nice lunch by yourself. Just take yourself out of the environment. You don't have to be where you don't want to be, babes. Like, this is the whole point of losing weight. It's not just about changing your body, it's about changing your whole life. If you're like me and you're an emotional binge eater, you're gonna have to change your whole shit around, boo-boo, if you're not gonna go back to that food. Because I noticed that in the areas where I'm still allowing situations and people who don't work for me to exist, I still struggle. Like, I still have a difficult time not going back to overeating. So you're gonna have to change your life around. So you're not gonna be able to just lose weight. Like, because if you're overeating because of your emotions, you're gonna need to change some shit in your life. But anyway, back to the point at hand. If your problem people are at work, go outside of the office. Don't eat at work. Like, eat your breakfast before you get to work, or go out for your break. If your people are at home, eat outside the house. That's my biggest thing. And if you can't do that, Just say, you know, the last time I had that cake, it really hurt my stomach, you know, so I don't want it. Or someone says, oh, you're not eating a lot. Like, what's going on? Like, are you on some sort of diet? Just be like, no, just lately, my stomach really hasn't been able to take a lot of food. That's it. That's it. The other thing that I would say is just say that you're like doing some sort of challenge, like make it like something else. So be like, oh no, we're just doing this challenge at work where we're trying not to eat sweets to raise money for charity. To make shit up, basically. You don't have to tell the truth. Like, nobody else needs to know. Like, when you're, let's be realistic, when you're sitting and hiding and eating your food, you don't tell nobody. You don't tell nobody, you keep it to yourself. So keep it to yourself in the same way, but just do the reverse, be doing healthy things. Also, the advice that I give you guys, which is to start where you are and to not eat totally different foods to what you're used to. You shouldn't really be raising suspicions anyway, because if you're continuing to eat the diet that you've always eaten, then the people around you shouldn't really be able to tell too much, you know? And also count your calories from the night before. So know your calories beforehand, because generally what raises the most suspicion, or what sets people off, is like seeing you weigh things, seeing you count things, seeing you basically be a disciplined bitch when they can't take it. And that's what I used to do all the time. So when I used to try to lose weight at work, I would bring my scale into work, and obviously that would piss people off. Like, obviously people would come and, like, I remember this guy, I really liked him, like, not like fancied him, I can't explain it without being inappropriate, but like, yeah, he wasn't someone I fancied, but he was someone that I really liked. I thought we really got on well, and he saw me weighing my food, and he was like, why are you weighing your food? And I was like, oh, because I'm on a diet. And he was like, well, it's obviously not working. I was like, damn bitch, you didn't have to like shoot me in the motherfucking chest like that. So like, if I'd have just weighed my food at home and just brought my Tupperware in, nobody would have thought anything different. Then thought, oh, because she's bringing her lunch in. So it's fucked up that we have to do it, because it's just the world that we live in, that people just don't like to see other people try. But they love it when you try and succeed. I don't know, they don't like it in that I mean, we don't like it, but they don't like that messy period where you're trying and you don't yet have the results. But once you have the results, bitch, they want to ask you all the questions. So those are my tips. Those are my ideas for what you can do. If you have any better ideas, I'm not saying these are the best ideas, but if you have any better ideas, then write them in the comments. Help Abby out, because a bitch wants to get snatched and she wants to do it on the low. I hope those help you. Basically, just don't tell the truth. Just because it's not really lying, it's protecting yourself. It is keeping yourself safe from people's bullshit opinions, from people's chitter chatter. So just make it something like that you can't fight against. Nobody can argue if you say, oh, sugar gives me a stomachache. No one can say anything. Oh, do you know what? The last time I overate like that, I just felt really, really sick. I thought I was gonna throw up. Like, oh my God, like, ooh. So I just don't want to do that anymore, just because it makes me feel sick. I still love that food. It's so delicious. Yeah, I'll have it maybe next week, and then just don't fucking have it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just, people forget. Also remember that people are not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about what they're going to do tomorrow. They're thinking about their own spots. They're not thinking about you. So the world does not revolve around you. Not in a bad way. Of course, you already know that. But I'm just saying, like, I mean that to say, like, don't be anxious about the things that you're doing, because most people are thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about you. So I hope that helped you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I love you so much. Please subscribe to my channel, girl. Like, I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers. I say nearly as in, like, I'm at like 673, but that's nearly for me. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. It will help me so much. I want to get to 1,000. I love you guys so much. Bye. Mwah.